Hello, everyone, and happy Tuesday. Yom Shlishi, the third day of the week. Parshat VaYeira. We have in Parshat VaYeira one of the most fundamental stories of our people. Everyone knows the story. Hashem tells Abraham to sacrifice Isaac. Abraham goes to sacrifice Isaac, and at the last moment, the angel of Hashem intervenes, and in the end, he does not slaughter his son. A great story of faith for people, millions and millions of people worldwide. There's a great story that I heard from Rav Moshe Lichtenstein, one of the grandchildren of the Rav Soloveitchik, and he told me the story. He told us the story. He was in yeshiva. Rav Moshe Lichtenstein told us the story about his father, Rav Aaron Lichtenstein, Rabbi Dr. Aaron Lichtenstein, the Rav's son-in-law. So usually Rav Aaron, when he was alive, would never leave the Holy Land, unless he would make sure to arrange a shir or multiple shirim that he would give in order to justify ethically leaving the Holy Land. Because there is a halachic and ethical imperative that once a Jew is in the Holy Land, there's a question, is a Jew allowed to even leave the Holy Land once you step foot inside? And one of the heterim, one of the leniencies, works by teaching Torah. You can leave in order to teach other Jews Torah. So that's why Rav Lichtenstein would always go and make sure he scheduled multiple shirim. But there was one trip when he went to Italy to visit the Jewish community there, and he had the opportunity. This is Gadol Hador Rabbeinu Rav Aaron Lichtenstein, Rabbi Dr. Aaron Lichtenstein, and he was able to visit the Jewish community there. He was able to have a chance to see in, I forget which museum it was, because I also was there. I saw the same painting. He was able to see Caravaggio's The Sacrifice of Isaac, which is a famous, famous painting. And when he came back from the trip, he mentioned to his son, and this is Rav Moshe who's telling us the story, if I had gone just to see that painting, that would have been enough. And so when I was in Italy, I spent the time there to go search for that painting, and I found it. And I spent a few hours there thinking about the painting, about the Torah, about Rav Aaron, and it was an amazing experience. And every year on this Parsha, I think of that painting. Because if you look, and this is what Moshe told us, if you look in the Mefarshim, you study, when the verse says, Vayashkeim Avraham baboker, so God tells him, go and sacrifice your son Isaac, your son that you love, your cherished and dearest son Isaac. And in the morning, Avraham wakes up, Vayashkeim Avraham baboker, and he gets ready, he cuts the wood, he saddles his donkey, he cuts the wood, he does. And there's two basic schools of thought within the Mefarshim and amongst the Mefarshim, the commentaries. On one hand, Avraham woke up because of Zrizin Makdim the mitzvahs. He was so excited to fulfill a commandment, a mitzvah from the one true God, the only God, Hashem, the creator of the universe. And there's another school of thought. And this is inside the different commentaries, inside of them and amongst them. The other school of thought is, Vayashkeim Avraham baboker, he got up very, very early because he was struggling. All night he couldn't sleep. Because he knew al pi haseichel, with all of his intellect and knowledge of the Creator, he knew that ethics is absolute. The Creator told him to do something. On the other hand, he has to sacrifice his only son. So it's a very big question of faith. And Vayashkem Avraham Baruch, he woke up. So Rav Lichtenstein saw something that apparently was very nice for him to see, which is if you look at that painting, Caravaggio, and you look into the eyes, that Christian painter, Italian painter, captured the angst, the turmoil, the inner struggle. And the truth is, when you study Vayishkeim Avraham Baboker, both paradigms exist inside of Abraham, and both paradigms exist amongst all people, and both paradigms exist within each person. The key is Vayashkeim Avraham Baboker, Hashkamat Beit HaMikdash Shacharit V'Aravit, getting up early in the morning to serve Hashem, to say Shema in the morning, to establish that you are an Eved Hashem. And no matter what you have inside, no matter what moment you find yourself in life, whether you find yourself in the zealous, Zrizin Makdimin characteristic or paradigm, I love Hashem so much, I want to do the mitzvah, or you find yourself in a struggle of how do I do it, when do I do it? Both ways are valid approaches to Avodat Hashem. Both are part of our human condition and part of our Tzelem Elokim, how Hashem created us. And whichever one it is, remember, Tashkim Bavoker, get up early in the morning, Kum Lavodas Labore, to serve your Creator. Have a wonderful rest of the week and a good Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom.